And that way I can take up the carbs or take down the carbs. I can take up the protein or take down the protein. I can watch what happens to the body to a T. But that's me and my lifestyle. So we're already in the last question.
Absolutely.
The last question is macros versus a planned diet or a basic nutrition plan that is already set.
Yeah.
Go.
Well, let me talk about option B. Option B, 2 years ago, Mike gave me literally, now he'd watch my body, so we would go about 2 weeks.
We are going to insert a before and after at this point.
Yeah, and so what we did was literally every meal 1 through meal 7, was the same every single day until he saw something in my physique, and then he would change the diet. And then sometimes it was 10 days, sometimes it was 14 or 15 days, but over the course of about 12 weeks, we changed the diet 3 to 4 times. And what it was, every single meal at the same time, every single day. That's what we mean by a consistent, written out kind of baseline diet that you're following. Versus macros, which I've been doing now the last 4.5 weeks, is, hey, I have the macros I just shared with you, and then I get to kind of fill in the blanks of, hey, do I want to have a piece of cinnamon raisin toast, a Dave's Killer bread that's kind of healthy, or do I want to save all my carbs for a big bowl of oatmeal right after my workout? I've still kind of taken the Michael Hearn approach that he taught me because I know it works for me. I try to have a somewhat big meal before my workout, which isn't big because of my calories are so restricted or my macros are so restricted, but I do save a major carb protein burst right after I get out that workout. So I'm going to have a cup of oats, or at least 3/4 of a cup of oats with some raspberries and blueberries right after the workout, and I'm going to get in 6 ounces of either a chicken or a cod right after my workout because I know that's what my body thrives off of, which makes me kind of restricted the rest of the day, which is kind of pros and cons of what I'm balancing out for myself. Every athlete is different. Every body is different. This is why I'm doing it, because I want to figure out what I can share with people, what works, what doesn't work, how I felt, how I responded, how was my strength compared to Mike's diet, compared to what Lane Norton has me on, all these different things. I wanted information for myself.
I'm going to kind of bring this around to what's better. Here's the situation. I love testing myself, and I am a project. And so for me, I can keep track better if I have a plan. And that way I can take up the carbs or take down the carbs. I can take up the protein or take down the protein. I can watch what happens to the body to a T. But that's me and my lifestyle. If I want, and also on top of that, the cardio is the same way. So I'm a set plan diet guy. I don't have enough time or don't want that time. I want to know what I'm eating. It is the fuel that I'm going to be on, and just spread it out. So I don't want to start going, hey, I don't want to figure out my meals throughout the day. That's why I don't like macros. Also, I am always testing myself. I am always on a nutrition plan, and I'm always testing myself over a period of time. Doesn't matter if I'm going up for off-season or healing the metabolic rate. Because anytime you diet and go into deficit, you're hurting yourself. If you think it's healthy, it's not. You're going to look beautiful, but you're damaging your inside. Somebody that like you in the off season, or me in the off season, or Mona pretty much all year, is a higher calorie intake is longevity. Carbohydrates is longevity. So for me, I like my set plan. That's why I like my 4 a.m. I don't miss it. Get that done. I like my set nutrition plan done. Here's the other side of that. I'm not most people. I'm a continuous science project that I want to keep seeing what's working or try different things. And I'm not a believer in calories in, calories out. I'm a believer in proteins are different. Carbohydrates are different. Low glycemic compared to high glycemic. Fish compared to protein. There's such a big amino difference in this.
Well, food even over supplements. Real food.
Supplements is what it stands for. If you guys know what that means, supplementing. If the nutrition is not on point, don't do the supplements. Any supplements. But here's the thing. I'm okay with dieting like that, and some of the people that I work with are okay with dieting like that. I understand macros and the understanding of it and being able to enjoy life. I enjoy life more in the off season where I can kind of relax and have extra calories and stuff. But I see both points work. I worry about people because here's the biggest problem with me and macros compared to a set diet. Most people want the result of the set diet. I want to look good. I want to get rid of that little belly fat. When they think they eat well, and it's one of the basic things, I go, how's your eating? How's your nutrition? I'm watching what I eat. You're not dieting. You're not right. On a plan now. Okay, so just like fasted cardio, just like cardio, when it goes to macros, it gives such a window of people doing the basic thing and trying different things, going, well, I'm doing my macros. Yeah. I'm in my macros, and they're not changing. So it's just the understanding that what you're doing, he's at a different level here. He's an elite athlete. He understands, and he can look in the mirror and go, I know what I'm doing. I can see my macros are working. If it comes down to the end of the week, it will change it, take out the extra little fun stuff, and he'll come in on point. He's a family man. He's got kids, and so he wants to be able to eat with his kids, and so that's where I believe macros is the greatest thing in the world. To enjoy life, to be okay with whatever that physique is at that point.
Well, and they call it flexible dieting.
Flexible dieting,
you know, and I think it is.
But they don't understand that. They think they're getting ready for the Mr. Olympia on a macro diet.
Yeah, and it's not true. I mean, listen, I can speak from experience, you know, with my better half, Lindsay. You know what? Up till about 3 weeks before she hit the Arnold stage, she had a protein brownie every single night. But she knew to get where she wanted to go, to achieve that best physique, that flexibility with the macronutrients had to be erased in those last 3 weeks. So we watched her body drop, harden up, and then 3 weeks out, okay, now it is the whitefish, it is the salmon, it is the asparagus. Every nutrient counted. So yes, there was still a macro pool that she got to pull from every single day, but there was a set diet to achieve the ultimate physique that she got. It wasn't, she still got to enjoy her little Reese's peanut butter cup before she went to bed. She's got a sweet tooth like I. So I wanted to see, hey, I know what Mike did with my body, so let me hit up Lane Norton and see what this whole macronutrient aspect can do for me. And then also, Heath, can you discipline yourself to have a half a brownie? Heath, word. Can you discipline yourself to go to Minchie's with Lindsay and have 6 ounces instead of 16 ounces in Butterfinger? Because it was a new fight for me.
When you're turned on, and what I mean, when you're turned on and focused, because you messaged me the other day, we're always in a jokey mood, and the other day you said something to me, and I wrote back, mood, and it's because you're so focused right now, that there was no more joking now. Now I'm in it, I want to be something. I worry that when I talk to people, and I give them a window, they open the whole door.
Yeah,
and that's the problem. If I
that's what your experience has been with me. You know what I mean? He gives me a cheat day or a cheat meal. I'll make that meal 3 hours. I'll go sit at Cheesecake and have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And he's like, Heath, you're a moron. That's not what I meant. And I do think that is human nature for most people. But again, him and I are always going to preach. Every body is different. Now, I do believe our body will do whatever we tell it to do. His way worked. I gave Lane 6 weeks. That's not even fair from where I was coming from. Mike had known me for about a year at that point. He had seen me, he had studied me, he knew how bad my eating habits were. But both these ways work. I'll know because of my detailed efforts and note-taking how I slept, how I felt, how I recovered. I can already tell you on his program, I lost probably 5, 7, 8% of upper body strength, but I crushed birthday squats 2 or 3 weeks out from being dried out with you.
It was a week out, and you did
40.
There's a huge difference when I say this. There's a difference between being any body weight like 200 and being a dried out 200. So he was a dried out in the low 240s. And it was a week and a half out from your shoot, and you did over 500 on the squat. I know that may seem like 500 on squat. Trust me, the form he did and being as dry as he did, there's not one IFBB pro, and you guys can write him right now and go, no, Mike O'Hearn said you couldn't do this. There's not one IFBB pro that would even attempt a 500-pound squat a week out from the Olympia. Not one. So Mike O'Hearn said this. And the guy did it and did it easily and felt great. And so both work. Macros.
Those are the things. But this time around, like, you know, we just got done squatting a little bit ago. The fatigue rate is very different with these limited caloric macros. Where, you know, I was the 500-pound squat was. I'm always like, it's been on my back once. I'll do it again. the birthday squats hitting 41 or 42 reps.
I'm
at
just reading
Yeah,
light-ups
the
right
only
here.
reason I racked it was because my calories or my carbs were so low. I remember I got a little dizzy, and so I racked it. But I had more in the tank with that, and so I know for a fact that the strength gains were less affected on the set dieting versus the macro. But I have a feeling, we'll see here in a week the end result picture to picture, and that's ultimately and that's not fair to him.
I'm excited to see that
Because he's built my shoulders up, he's built my legs up more. He's built rear delts. I didn't have any rear delts. My arms have grown slightly, and so there's going to be some different things that we've put together in the last couple of years that we'll reap the benefits of. And
But we'll be able to tell the difference.
Absolutely.
I got to stop you for 1 second
Yep.
because there was something I wanted to say. If you read this question right
Let's
there.
see, from Jack Braun, discipline, doing what needs to be done, even though you don't want to do it.
Okay, so the question again for these guys, so they can hear you.
Oh, gotcha. Here we go. Discipline, doing it was more of a statement.
Yeah.
Jack Braun says, discipline, doing what needs to be done, even though you don't want to do it.
Okay, so from my take, and I want to finish this off from me, and then I'll let you say it, is that when you start talking about, I want to do HIIT cardio because I don't have time. Great, it'd be good for you. I want to do macros because I want to be able to enjoy myself and do stuff. Great, do it. You'll stay with those things longer than doing it disciplined like how I do it. Now, the side of that is this. You get what you're going to put in. So,
Always.
in my opinion, if you're good with that and you're going, hey, I want to make the workout structure around my life, great. I make my life structured around my workouts. That's the difference, the way I do it compared to how he's doing it right now. So that's for me. Both work, both do your thing. One will take you to the top for your physique. The other one will make you happier in life. And this really just comes down to whatever is happier mentally, you're going to stay with it. We got a good one here?
I do.